Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hedger begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A Hobart family has incredibly walked away uninjured after a gas cylinder on their Christmas Day barbecue exploded while they were cooking lunch. The blast sparked a fire throughout the property, causing a holiday nightmare.
This heartbroken family watches on to flames flickering from their home, standing close to the thick haze, remarkably unscathed after a terrifying close call.
There was a fire within a gas cylinder, and then it was noted that the gas cylinder had exploded. They were outside cooking the barbecue when it caught fire.
Emergency crews arrived to the challenging scene at Joynton Street in Newtown just after 1 this afternoon.
The entire roof has been involved in the fire. We have had partial of the ceiling collapse. So the place is pretty well, it's not habitable at this time.
The Tasmania Fire Service says it took around 40 minutes to control the blaze, with the incident a devastating blow for the family.
The poor people, you know, they're just enjoying their afternoon and probably would have been enjoying a nice evening with family and friends, and unfortunately they're going to have to sort of think about how to rebuild this property.
Some of the family members within this property at the time said their Christmas meat was cooking away when they suddenly heard a loud bang and saw flames tear up into the roof.
Just to make sure that your gas cylinders are in good shape, they're in date, all the hoses and fittings are in good working condition, and having it serviced, your barbecue.
Ruby Kamain, 7 Tasmania News.
2 female police officers have spent the early hours of Christmas Day in hospital after a tow truck slammed into the car they were driving. Investigations are now underway to determine if charges will be laid. Our reporter Garth Burley has more.
With emergency sirens flashing, the police car was travelling west along York Street just after 1 o'clock this morning when it was T-boned by a tow truck driving along Bathurst Street, propelling it into a nearby car park. This is the aftermath. Car doors crumpled under the severe impact of the collision, and 2 police officers lucky to escape without serious injuries. Both were taken to the Launceston General Hospital for treatment, while the driver of the truck was assessed by paramedics at the scene. Good Samaritans rushing to the aid of both vehicles to check all the occupants were okay. Police say investigations are ongoing to determine if anyone is at fault for the early morning crash. The 2 officers have since been discharged from hospital, and authorities are now calling for anyone with CCTV or dashcam of the incident to come forward to assist with the investigation.
Thousands of Tasmanians began Christmas morning in church at services across the state. Christian leaders say those affected by major bushfires in South Australia and New South Wales should be in our thoughts throughout the festive period.
Gathering together to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Churches across Tasmania opening their doors to worshippers for their annual Christmas celebrations. St David's Anglican Cathedral in Hobart was packed for its morning service. The church also used the occasion to showcase its new nativity scene to parishioners. The state's Anglican bishop says the Christmas story remains a cornerstone of Christian faith.
It is significant because it's the story that God comes and becomes a human being. God comes and dwells in our world.
Over at St Mary's Cathedral, Catholics also gathered for their commemorations. Hobart's Archbishop says Christmas is an opportunity to light up people's lives.
Christ's coming gives us light, brings light in the world, brings us hope. And I was saying to people, come out of the shadows, come out of the darkness into the light.
In Launceston, the Church of the Apostles was also busy this morning, with candles lit and hymns sung. The parish priest says today is about celebrating Christianity's Lord and Saviour.
Honouring the beauty and the dignity of humanity, and I think that the birth of Jesus, a tiny baby, says that loud and clear, and it still attracts people to come.
The deadly and destructive bushfires in New South Wales and South Australia also at the forefront. Tasmanians of all faiths and beliefs are asked to pray for firefighters and also for those whose lives have been severely impacted by the blazes.
So many people's lives have been so disrupted by the fires. So look, our hearts are with those people. We're very conscious of the suffering that so many people are enduring.
We're offering our prayers for all the trouble that's in Australia and around the world at the moment.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
For many of us, Christmas lunch is typically surrounded by friends and family, although some Tasmanians don't enjoy the same privilege. But today, hundreds of people packed community halls to share in a slice of the festive spirit.
A festive day of food and fellowship for those who need it the most. A group of Launceston charities firing up the Bay Marie to feed more than 500 people.
Some people are looking for the meal, some people are lonely, some people are new arrivals trying to make connections in the community.
No plate spared, meat, vegetables and salad filling every inch. 3 chefs and 80 volunteers working around the clock to make sure no one goes hungry.
Just watching people happy, you know, they come in here, they get looked after like kings. It's brilliant.
It's making me happy and I make them happy.
The event is in its 4th year and organisers say within the walls of Albert Hall, the Christmas spirit is alive and well.
We just hope that people go away with a sense of joy and being able to just feel that they're a part of this community and a part of this place.
People are starting to know each other from year to year, which is great.
While in North Hobart, the colours of Christmas floated above the dinner tables and were painted on faces as more than 350 people packed out the Hellenic Club.
It's a magnificent atmosphere in there. It's actually the essence of community, people coming together, meeting each other and just enjoying that Christmas spirit.
Both gluttonous affairs given the thumbs up from attendees.
How was your meal?
Great, can't complain about that.
As they plan to fill in the remaining hours of this special day.
I think we just might relax.
Garth Burley, 7 Tasmania News.
With the weather across the state expected to heat up, the Tasmania Fire Service says a total fire ban will likely be issued later this week. The ban is expected to be issued across all of Tasmania for Sunday and Monday, when temperatures are set to rise into the 30s. Authorities remind the public to think about how this will affect plans, especially for campfires. A Tasmanian food company has been forced to recall one of its products over fears of listeria contamination. The warning has been issued for the Daily Potato Company's bacon and Dijon gourmet potato salad. Previously available at Woolworths and Coles supermarkets with a use-by date January the 8th, 2020. Food Standards says listeria may affect pregnant women and their unborn babies, the elderly and people with low immune systems. And any consumers concerned about their health should seek medical advice.
Welcome back. As we all settle in from a day of festive cheer, let's take a look at today's weather. It was a mostly cloudy morning around the state, clearing to mostly sunny in the north and east during the day. Launceston reaching a top of 23 degrees, Hobart 22, Burnie 20, Devonport 19. To the rest of the state, Ouds reached a top of 28, Bushy Park 27, Grove 25, Friendly Beaches and Flinders Island both tops of 23, King Island, Lyowini and St Helens all 22, Maria Island reaching 21, Smithton and Strawn 20, Low Head 19. Looking at the satellite now, which shows low level cloud about the west and south lined up north-south in stripy mountain waves. Zooming out, we can see multiple cloud bands over Tasmania. Bracketing it to the south and west, a mid-level trough is bringing low and mid-level cloud and embedded thunderstorms through the south of WA. Tomorrow, weak cold fronts to the east and southwest of Tasmania. Highs sit over the Tasman Sea and Bight. On the waters, northerly winds 5 to 15 knots, shifting west to southwesterly early in the morning, then east to southeasterly in the late afternoon. And there are no warnings currently issued. Heading into Boxing Day now, with clouds clearing in Hobart tomorrow, 25, Cygnet 24, New Norfolk 26. Clouds clearing in Launceston, reaching 29. Similar conditions in Campbelltown and Devonport. Burnie sunny in 24, Strawn 18, Smithton 22. To the east coast, partly cloudy in St Helens 22, Swansea 23, Fingal 28. Those spending their Boxing Day out in the sun, remember to slap on some sunscreen due to extreme UV reaching 11s and 12s. Looking ahead to Friday now, fine apart from possible morning drizzle about the east coast. Saturday, hot to very hot conditions. Similar on Sunday, hot about inland areas with light winds and afternoon sea breezes. Looking to the mainland now, sunny conditions in Adelaide and Melbourne. Smoke haze predicted in Canberra, partly cloudy in Darwin and Sydney. Let's take a look at the current temperatures now across the state as we wrap up Christmas Day. And that's all for weather. Wishing everyone the very best this festive season.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Ruby. And to end the festive day, we leave you with a special sighting of Santa Claus. The man in red himself taking off in his sleigh from Hobart Airport last night on his annual
Panda
delivery.
1 Hobart Tower, runway 12, cleared for takeoff. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Very busy man, that one. That's all your news for now. From all of us here, we hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Good night.